Okay, we'll wait for some people to show up here. Hello, people of planet Earth. I'm just gonna invite slowly one by one those who can watch me, or otherwise you can watch it in recording, because most of my live videos I usually record and then I post it on my YouTube. Yeah, I just want to talk about something very, very, very important. The current situation that happens right now in Canada, in Toronto, in well, basically everywhere globally. But I live in Canada. I can only talk about what's happening in Canada. Unfortunately, I still have to use the platform as a Facebook. I call that fuckbook. Somebody I knew before used to call that fuckbook. Anyway, excuse my little French here. Alright, so past Saturday, which was just a couple of days ago, we in Monday today. So that was 16th, I think, yeah, 16th of January 2021. Although we wished each other, a happy new year, but unfortunately the year is not going to be probably happy, at least the first part of it. So a couple of things I want to broadcast. Unfortunately I came late to the protest on Saturday, protest against lockdown, the masks and forced vaccines, and also again this Chinadian new regime that people cannot even go outside in the daylight. So yeah, apparently slowly we moving into the fascism or neo-fascism regime. Now, back to the main topic. So basically, what I want to highlight, since I was late, I didn't see the whole horror and the whole drama, how one of our leaders got arrested. But I did watch in the recording and I did speak to a couple of people. Hey Peter, thanks for watching. Anyway, so yeah, our girl got arrested. I'm keep forgetting her name, but anyway, she is everywhere on the Rebel News. She is on a couple of our good people, on people with a good mind, who were at the protest, and they were risking their life and safety, by the way. And this girl who went there, she knew she was risking her life and safety. So they pulled her from the podium or from the place where she was speaking. They pulled the speaker, they destroyed and ruined everything. And not only one, they were, I don't know, 10, 12, 15 cops. They were just like surrender her, and I saw they were beating her, they were abusing her, assaulting her for no apparent reason, just for peaceful protest against BS. I just researched, another friend of mine gave me information that 7 months ago, back in June or July, so 7 months, I think it's June, July. Anyhow, in the summer, our beautiful premier was working with BLM, or Black Lives Matter. That's in the middle of all this pandemic and scandemic and all that stuff. He did the knee thing, that knee thing where the Illuminatis and all those people do that. It's actually a sacred sign of belonging to a certain organization. It's have nothing to do with respecting black people, by the way. A lot of people still arguing with me. Among those are my own children who happen to be mixed race, so they are on the Black Lives Matter side. And now they call me racist because I don't put up with BLM. Now, we all know that BLM started long time ago, and they started as an organization, as a movement against violation of the rights of, black people. But then what happened is they're beautiful people, beautiful, and, I'm saying, as a joke, right? So as George Soros and other ones like him, they decide to create some other movement. So they invested lots of money in the BLM, and they created something that when they need to overthrow somebody, like Trump, or they change the course of action, or just take attention while the government doing something else, they bring in riots like this, like BLM, like that witchcraft and whatever the Satanists were working after that, just also before the New Year. So a lot of crazy stuff happened, right? But anyway, back to what happened on Saturday. So I noticed that I also, when I came, not a lot of people were there. Apparently, the major people, the part of protest people, actually went to walk around. They were blocked by the police. A lot of police were there. I watched that because I actually went and I looked at it. There were a lot of cops, including Dundas Square. Apparently, Dundas Square is a private property, and you're not supposed to be there without the permit. But that's also not the problem, because our girl, the protester, our speaker, our leader, she wasn't on the square. She was on a sidewalk, which is still, it's a public place, right? So apparently we have no rights, or we lost our rights for peaceful assembly and to speak up about the satanic demonic rules that our government exercising. So now we all know, those who know, who have mind, they understand the news scandal about the curfew, or worse, staying at home order, which is worse than curfew, because during the curfew you can still go outside during those hours, the free hours, but during the stay at home order, you have to remain yourself completely inside. So like a mole rat, right? Like a literal mole rat that rot mole rat, and in your home, get yourself like a freaking bunker home and just eat your whatever noodles and watch freaking TV and, get sick in mind and, about this COVID pandemic, scandemic crap. That's what they want us to do, right? Because people have nothing better to do but watching TV, right? Some people get away with with Netflix and stuff, but hey, majority of the people watching news and getting even more sick in their head about this. So anyway, what I noticed on Saturday, while the large group of people actually went on some kind of protest, which I can't call protest because there were very few, not a lot of people like usual. They're slowly breaking our spirits. And what I realized, I don't think a lot of people realize, maybe I'm wrong, you tell me if I'm wrong, because some of you guys went actually there. The cops didn't have their devices, on their chest. The device that actually live recording like sound, and I think it's a video. I believe it's a video. 100% is a sound, because last time I had a word with a cop. He actually had one of those. I was just talking to him about we were protesting, and they were actually like kind of not supporting us, because they never support public. They support corporations and those who pay money. Those are their support. So when you read on the vehicle to serve and protect, they're actually serving and protecting government and not people. So they are not a people service. They are not public service. They are service for a superiors, right? To protect their arses and to protect their rights against human rights, right? So that's what's happening. Anyway, so what I noticed, going back to this, the Dundas Square, while I was standing at one of the stands, there were a couple of vegan people. They were also, protesters, but they're also vegans. So they were giving people some information about, vegan lifestyle and all that stuff, and how to live without causing more harm than we do. And anyway, so I noticed right away there was a black man walking, a young black man, looking decent, maybe in his early 30s. All of a sudden, I think 3 or 4 cops jumped on him. They attacked him, actually, for no apparent reason. I didn't see him fighting or creating any problem. And remember, I don't support BLM, right? I support justice, truth, I support dignity, and I support fairness for everybody, right? I think all lives matter. Russian lives matter, Egyptian lives matter, Chinese lives matter, everybody, every decent person life matter. Unless you're some kind of, a pedophile or rapist or whatever, Yeah, so he got pulled by the cops and they smashed him on the ground. And I got so cold by that time, like my hands and my body was shaking. I didn't prepare for standing and watching this tragedy. I prepared for walking, but unfortunately I didn't see the rest of the protest people, they left without me. I actually came late, so that's the problem, right? So I was standing there for maybe an hour, and by the time this guy got completely like smushed or smashed to the ground, my hands couldn't even hold the phone. So now I make sure next time when I come, I hope there is a next time, I'll bring all the devices and be mounted on my head. I actually just ordered one on Amazon, so I don't have to. It's gonna be hands-free. It's gonna be right here, and be recorded everything. So I don't know what they did to this guy, and I don't know what crime he commit, because I didn't see any crime. He was just walking, standing, watching. He was just like a bystander. So they were escorting him to he didn't even fight, by the way. He didn't fight. He just like he completely gave up, and he probably like on his face I could tell he kind of got accustomed to this treatment from the cops. So they were escorting him to a very strange looking vehicle. It wasn't a cop car. I don't know what kind of car. Maybe where they torture and kill people, or where they inject them with a poison. I don't know. I'm not going to be surprised that such stuff exists nowadays, right? So they were taking him, and then another guy came, a white guy. I recognize his face. He's from protest, from without people, right? And he spoke a few words with the cops, and suddenly they took off his handcuffs. And I'm like, never seen that. So they let him go free. Like, okay. And then 15 minutes later, you know where people parking along Yonge Street, if you're looking towards north on the, where is that side? On the east side of the street. If you're looking north, so the guy was walking, also a black guy. He actually was wearing mask. I don't think he had any clue about any marching or protesting. The same situation happened. The cops surrendered him, and they were breaking him down. They were literally like breaking him down. And so what happened is eventually they smashed him on the ground same way, and then the guy from what's the name? From the parking enforcement came. He came from his vehicle. He parked his vehicle, and apparently he's not really parking enforcement. And the guy collapsed, and so they got him bad. I mean, they got him good or bad. Well, for him was bad, for them was good. And they smashed him into another vehicle. I didn't see it, and also like I couldn't record. And people standing there, they just, you know, people bypassers or whatever, the walkers or pedestrians, right? They were watching in silence, and nobody said anything. They were just, and it reminded me of some like dark ages, like dark times where people would never say a word, and they were frightened of the police and government. And this is scary. Like, I mean, majority of the people on the street, like at that time, were like white or mixed or immigrants or whatever. I mean, around the second guy who got arrested for apparently no reason. Maybe there is some kind of an operation was going, right? A special operation. I don't know, but to me it was very random, very strange, and very evil. Yeah, and again, the cops didn't have that device on their chest that's recording everything. So I don't know what kind of operation, but I think they created these new lockdown measures and stay-at-home measures so they can have excuse of arresting, prosecuting people, assaulting people, and creating this crazy new Chinada, or new, I can't even say Russia, because even like, I don't know, even back home people are kind of fighting for each other. Like if that was a Russian dude and people were walking by, they would try to pull him aside or protect from cops. I don't know. Like, I mean, we become such a stupid, arrogant, ignorant, cowardly nation that I don't want to be part of. You know, no, honestly, like I came to Canada over 20 years ago for freedom, liberty, better life, but now I realize that Canada becomes a very messy, very very crazy place to live. And I know there's some of you here are probably truly Canadians, born here, raised, born, brainwashed right at the daycare. And I'm sorry to say that, but when you guys, like some of you at the protest, say that's like, oh, we're gonna have a communism in Canada, this is not a communism, guys. Don't mix it up. This is neo-fascism. Yeah, like study politics, study stuff. This is neo-fascism. When people have no rights to speak the truth, when people, it doesn't matter what's the measure for this new measure, the new lockdowns. Like what's the fuss about that? We are 9 on almost 10 months in this crop. By this time, the virus probably, covered the planet multiple, like, 20 times multiple by 108, right? I don't know, like I'm just, making funny numbers, but by now everybody either like who was supposed to die, like I mean the natural selection, right? I'm sorry, but like hey, there isn't people die, some from viruses, some from hepatitis, some from cancer. But for now, those who live, they're probably immune for life. Like, what are we waiting for until one by one they're gonna kill us and destroy us? And for the rest who are, who are obliged to this new satanic regime, they just gonna be, slowly dying from the new type of vaccine, or from simply depression and not be able to communicate with other people. I don't know. And like, since when the LCBO is become an essential business? LCBO is selling poison, right? LCBO is selling poison, right? This is poison for your body, for your brain, for your heart, everybody knows that. But at the same time, LCBO was opened in the worst time of, according to, mass media production, right? And right? They are saying that was the worst time of pandemic, and the LCBO is still open. There's a huge amount of people standing in line. And, the big grocery stores as like, Loblaws, Costco, whatever, the horrible longas that should be shut down because they are violating simple human rights for people who are exempt. And they do not respect any type of exemption. They will just kick you out. And that's what happened to me twice in a row. Same with Apple. And if you look at them, those corporations are in the complete support of the new measures of the new world government and of the new demonic, satanic, draconian rules. And I mean, once you see it, once you see the reality, you understand where the legs are growing from, right? I don't know, guys. This, for the next, I don't know, a few months, we will see. But like everybody, a lot of my friends, they're saying, what we're gonna do? Like, protesting doesn't work, this doesn't work. But sitting on your butt in front of the TV, on the couch, or in front of your computer, doesn't help either. Right? Like, think about, there are billions of us, billions, well, not in Canada, but all over the world. Imagine billions of people coming and protest everywhere at the same time. Doesn't matter day, night, morning, whatever. At the same time, globally, we're all coming outside. Imagine that. No mask. No freaking stupid, gloves. No sanitizer, no nothing. All united in one, with one goal to end this hell. To end this hell for everyone. Yesterday I was a part of Muslim moms of GTA in Toronto, something like that. Muslim moms of GTA. So anyway, I used to sell stuff, that my kids grow out of, right? Or some stuff that, I would buy. Although I'm not completely 100% Muslim, anyway, it doesn't matter. I follow more Sufism than anything, but you should see, guys, the post they made. So they put our protest there. I think it was the video was from a drone. I think the cops drone, right? The cops are using that. So official news, how the people break and rule and this and that. And about 4 or 5 of those Muslim moms, and I had to read every single comment because it pissed me off to the core. So all of them were saying, some were saying, I swear these people have to sign a letter or agreement that they're not gonna go to the doctor, not gonna use any like OHIP services or medical services. Let them just like whatever, like die or whatever, get sick. The other lady was saying, I hope these people will be in jail. That's about protesters, right? Peaceful people, by the way. The other lady was saying something about blah, blah, blah. All these people now gonna be spreading virus. Just, put your mask and stay home. And then I check every single lady page and I put my comment. I could not resist. I put the comment. I said, when you're coming from the country where your rights, your human rights, your women rights was violated, and you come into the country of freedom and liberty, supposedly, right? And then all of a sudden, this country becomes same as the country you came from. Wouldn't you agree that you should fight for your rights and everybody's freedom and liberty? Because right now it's not about virus. It has nothing to do with the virus and pandemic. It has to do with a new regime, with the new orders, with taking and stripping off completely like every single piece of our rights, human rights, any constitutional rights. And they saying that even constitutional rights we cannot claim, we cannot have, is because we are in the middle of this martial law, and when the martial law claims to be happening, then everything else get cancelled, which is not true. There is a common law, right, which we can protect ourselves. But the bottom line is, people here, or should I say children here, do not learn a law and do not learn their rights. Nobody told them about that. And I have a lot of Canadian friends, like Canadian, truly Canadian, generation after generation, born here. English people, right, or whatever, Scots or whatever, Irish. And they said, no, it's cool, they don't teach us. We learn about the charter, of rights, of freedom of rights. But nobody explained them what it's for, how does it work, can I apply it to myself, and how I can protect myself in case of this, that. So what they teach children here is to never ask questions, behave, otherwise you're gonna be on a timeout, right? Listen to superiors, again, don't ask questions and obey your government. That makes complete sense where people when they grow up, that's what they do. Because when you tell it to this child and you tell 1,000 times over again, from one grade to another, all the way to high school, and then in the college, and then in university, and then at work, and then this and that, you don't want to play around. This is good and this is not. And people turn off their logic thinking minds completely, right? They just, because they're programmed to obey. I don't know, guys, but I think right now it's time to either go somewhere nice and warm, like third, party countries, like, I don't know, Mexico, maybe Costa Rica, I don't know, somewhere far from here, or fight for your rights here until the rights and the law will be restored. How we can do that, I don't know. Go underground means go unpublished and stay low, create group, create publishing information like newspaper, flyers, whatever. Talk to people. I don't know. Right now at this point where people get assaulted by those who are supposed to serve and protect, it tells me a lot about the current regime, right? And it does happen same right now in Australia. I know it does happen in the States. It doesn't even happen in England. But the difference between Canada and other countries is that Canadians don't like to fight. You step on a regular Canadian dude foot, and this dude will apologize that I step on his foot. Well, I mean majority, right? Not everybody, of course. But that's how Canadian knows. They're very, very, very docile, very obedient, And I mean, it's good to the point. It's good for manipulation. It's good when you want to manipulate people. That's why they raise this kind of, nation. That's why they have a program what they have at schools, right? They rather have a sex ed than educate children on how to defend yourself at the court, for example, or how to know your rights, your civil rights, or what's the common law, or what's happened when you grow up, how to take care of your bills, and so on, like applicable real stuff. Like they learn about, some stuff that you'll never gonna apply in a math or in a chemistry class or even in a French class. Like if my daughter will never go and live in Quebec, why does she need to learn all these laws and principles about French language? I mean, speaking, yeah, no problem, but why does she have to learn all these, rules and whatever? She will never gonna apply, and those are dead knowledge. Same back home, we used to learn stuff that, but at least some of the knowledge we could apply. Like, I'm not gonna even go into that, but right now we're the point where majority of the population in Canada either afraid to fight, they're scared to fight, they rather give up and do the doggy style, right? And get like, you know what I mean? Not gonna say more. Or the others who are disagree with all this, they still lay low, and they're like, what are gonna do? What I gonna do personally? I have kids, I have bills, I have wives, I have family, I have mortgage. Oh, mortgage cancels everything. So if I have a mortgage, that means I can let people, F me from behind and do whatever and vaccinate me, against my will and take all my human rights away. Hey, but as long as I pay mortgage, who cares, right? As long as I have food on my table and, and I can go to the store, and probably sooner or later they're gonna create mandatory vax where you can't even buy pizza unless you have a vaccination passport or vaccination, personal serial number. Hey, these things are real, right? So on Saturday, when I was talking to one of the cop, I asked him a question. I said, do you think you guys superior? You're more important than the rest of us? He's like, no, this is just a uniform. And I'm like, well, exactly. So why you guys behaving? Why you playing against us? You are from people. You're not from gods. He's like, yeah, okay, but we have to follow the orders. And I'm like, okay, what if they're gonna tell you to shoot us? He's like, oh, come on, we live in Canada. I'm like, well, one of these days you guys gonna have to be vaccinated against your will. And he was so bold. He's like, oh no, this is Canada, this is free country. And he was so contradictory, right? Because the moment he said free country, I laughed. I'm like, you're talking about free country, and this lady just got arrested for speaking about COVID, and you call this free country? And he's like, okay, I have to do my job, like, end of discussion. What kind of free country where you cannot speak freely? I mean, even if the lady was wrong, let's say, for example, there is a COVID and people are, fake numbers, that people are dying, let's say whatever. So let other people have their opinion. This is called a pluralism of opinion, or I listen to your opinion, you listen to my opinion. If we agree or disagree, we shouldn't kill each other just because of opinion, or we shouldn't get arrested just because I don't think that you are not right. Or, for example, because I think, BLM is a fake propaganda, funded by Soros and those, globalist organization, right? Or if I think Trump is right, why I have to rip my throat? Or if I think Biden is an asshole pedophile, why I have to go to jail, for example, right? I don't know. Like, I think beside prayers and spirituality and hoping for better, nothing is gonna happen until we're gonna act, until we're actually gonna do something. And I don't want to make it like a hate speech, but at this time we should act and react. Peaceful protest ain't working. It never worked, in fact. We can, kill ourselves walking to the protest, literally, but probably not going to change anything. So we got to change our approach. How? Well, We all big people. We should get together in a big numbers of people, because numbers are count. If you come as 1,000 people and there are freaking 300-400 cops, all armed, we can win. If you come as a freaking 3 million people as they live in Toronto and GTA, then guess what? It's a different number. 200 to 300 or whatever. Not so many cops in GTA. And how many of us, you know? I'm not saying breaking the rules, right? I'm saying freaking fight for your rights. You know, because sooner or later, most of those who don't fight for their rights, they will be greatly regretting that. That'll be too late. It'll be too late. And I hope it's not too late yet. I don't know. We have this great guy, his name is Rocco Galati, who is a constitutional lawyer, and he's supposed to fight for our rights, and according to him, he is working on taking Canadian government to the Superior Court. I hope that's gonna happen. I hope this is not just like, smoking a pipe and, making look like you are dancing a tango. I don't know. But I hope it's true, and I hope that's gonna happen. But again, one guy, one big strong lawyer, cannot change the course of action of very strong people who are not only money, who get billions of dollars and who are like corrupted to the point where it stinks as hell, right? But hey, numbers account. We don't have billions of dollars, but we have billions of people. And that's probably more important and much stronger than the paper crap. So yeah, let's unite, guys. Hey, let's unite, communicate, get some platform. We already have a platform, by the way. Some of you knows, right, on Telegram, on Signal, on platforms that are more or less safer than places like, this Facebook and Messenger and whatever. They can block you, by the beautiful Zuckerberg new regulations, right, where they can consider my speech as a hatred speech. Where the people like, President of America like Trump getting bullied and getting blocked on all the social media for life. Imagine how much power those people have. And this is have nothing to do with any viruses. This is have to do with a high rank political division and political game, right? Where those who always been, stirring up the pot right now, they decide, to cook a different meal this time, right? And this meal, not for us, guys. We're not going to eat that. We're going to eat that, but it's probably not going to be tasty. It's going to taste like hell, like end of freedom, like concentration camps, like mass vaccination. That's how it's going to taste. It's going to taste like, like before, like fake freedom, right? Fake liberty like we had before, right? We had it, but it was to the extent. Yeah, so whoever is watching me right now, I'll put down below another link to my YouTube. Also, send me your desire if you want to create a group and resistance group where we can actually achieve something. Because I think going to the process publicly right now, we're exposing ourselves and we're making ourselves weaker. At the same time, there is a different approach to every fight, to every agenda, right? So this time right now, my opinion is while we're laying low, we gotta create something much bigger, something much more sustainable, where we can actually get the most strongest lawyers, the most stronger scientists who are actually gonna be able to stand on our side, on the right side of the history. Doctors, nurses, those who already got fired, the doctors who got intimidated and not allowed to tell the truth, that hospitals are empty and majority of people are dying, those who didn't get enough or didn't get at all any medical attention as cancer patients, as so on and so forth, right? As not only cancer, right? Cancer is big, but those people with other pre-existing, health issues kidneys, dialysis, whatever, diabetes, many things like that. So time to act, guys. Time to put your foot on the road and actually do something good for this country, something good. If you don't have a plan B and you don't have this El Salvador plan, or you don't have a Mexico plan or other nice and warm country, and they eventually probably be surrendered by this global agenda, right? So if the big countries will win, like states like Canada, like New Zealand, Australia, then the other countries will not gonna be able to submit, because they will see, we are fighting and we are winning. So right now, it's in our hands. It's still in our hands. I believe it's still in our hands. It's in our will. It's in our willpower to actually stand up for our human rights. Human rights given us by rights to be, to be born, by rights to free to breathe fresh air, by rights to have basic necessities taken care of, and by rights to be humans, not slaves. Okay, so if you agree with me, comment down below. Give me idea, give me more ideas. Maybe have an idea of a somebody who wants to be a leader, or if you have any ideas on how to create a bigger movement that we had, or I don't want to say we still have it. I don't know what's going to happen with our protest and thousands of people were following us. But hey, give me an idea, or give me your, I don't know, Telegram or Signal page or link or whatever, so we can stay connected. Yeah, let's figure something out, because this is ain't working out. Peaceful protest ain't working. What's next? Only God knows. I just found out, I think this guy is also on the YouTube. He just posted his information. Apparently this Oriental, or I don't know, Asian guy, he created, I don't know if he created or created with somebody else, he created phones that can be trackable apparently. Cannot have this contact tracing app, and where you can use phone without being worried that somebody is listening and recording, because everything that I'm talking right now is being recorded already. Like, they know where I am, what I'm doing, who I am, and so on and so forth. So I also gonna post that information down below. It's good to know. And there is also a couple of platforms much better than Facebook right now, much better than Google, because every single information, if you want to look up at something that is not biased and something that's not censorship, they have different platforms. And Google is all been censorship, right? So same with all other platforms and most of the social media. They actually eventually they created to trap us, like it's very clearly and it's very obvious. So right now we just see the results of their plans, being very successful, right? Yeah, let's work something out. And as much as I want to stay positive and believe in the good outcome of this fight and of this new agenda, I also believe that people should do something. Gather together, create community. I don't know, maybe we should get together and buy a big piece of land. Everybody can bring something to the table, right? And recently I found out that as a group of people, if people buy a piece of land, let's say somewhere up north, we can actually create our own, even like laws and regulations, right? Regulated by whatever state of freedom land, or I don't know, like whatever. This is something to consider, to think about. Otherwise, anyway, comment down below. Give me some thoughts, some food for thought, right? Thanks for watching, guys. Great to be connected with you. I don't know if this video gonna be allowed on Facebook for longer as I'm recording. I'll try to save it and post it on YouTube as well. I'll post a couple of my YouTube videos here, so you can have an access to my other YouTube videos. Anyway, let's bring it to the justice, okay? Human justice, I don't know, cosmic justice, whatever. This is ain't working. It's not human. What's happening right now is not good. It's everything. Every single step of their way they're doing, it's against us, and it's getting, for I mean, for some people it's getting more obvious, and I mean, for me it was very obvious on the probably second or third month of all this. Not the first day, obviously, but on the second month of this scandemic. All right, so for those who want to get more information, there is a guy called Carl Schwab who wrote The Great Reset, and everything explains there how to demonetize, desocialize, how to create social distancing so that the people are afraid to talk to each other. And once people are afraid of each other, they cannot connect, they cannot create anything stronger than what those in power have, right? And that's a core of their operation, military operation, or whatever you want to call it, satanic operation. I hope they will be overthrown, and I hope they're gonna end up at least in jail, if not more. I hope when you commit treason, and when it's been confirmed, treason against your own country, treason against your own people, I hope there'll be a death penalty for this. I hope it's gonna happen for those who are playing against humanity, against humans, against people, against children, against elders. I hope that's gonna happen. But to make it happen, we gotta unite. We shouldn't be afraid of speaking the truth, and we shouldn't be afraid of getting together and create something big, something bigger than this Satanists do, okay? So that's the bottom line. Thanks for watching. Let's stay connected, stay tuned, and check my YouTube videos, check my channel. All right. Have a good night, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll be ending my video. Bye.